We are here at the Design Basel with Julia Lohmann, one of the designers of the Future Awards in Basel. She is one of 4 who has been selected as designer of the future, and there has been a briefing called Create an Object with Concrete and Wool. And Julia, what have you done with this?
I combined the concrete and the wool in one object, and my idea was to take the inherent. I really looked at the 2 materials, and I found that wool is generally considered to be the weaker of the 2 materials, but it's very resilient, it's quite strong, whereas concrete is strong but gets quite brittle. And I tried to play with what you consider these materials to be and how to behave, and I tried to condone the brittleness of the concrete and work with the cracking of the concrete, something that normally people try to prevent by all means, and at the same time use the wool and the resilience of the wool to hold it all together. So the table is over here. Basically I cast a 2D form. I cast the concrete into a large mold, and I pressed a woolen carpet in the back when the concrete was still wet. After it all dried, we took it out, and the concrete was held together by the wool because it was really thin, and then we broke it. We broke it into the 3-dimensional form. In that moment, the wool takes over. Without the wool, it would all fall apart, but the wool gives it its strength and holds it together. Afterwards, we then fixed it in that 3-dimensional form by applying concrete on the back of it again.
So Julia's installation is quite different from the other designers' installation we can see here. And Julia, you told me before that you are very interested in unusual material.
Yeah.
Can you say something about that?
I really like to use materials that people normally don't consider valuable, or that get discarded, or that are waste products of other processes and that are neglected in the high world of design, basically. Because for me, I find it more challenging than to work with really superbly expensive materials, because if I can make something like a preserved sheep stomach or a preserved cow stomach look desirable and valuable, and preserve it and find new ways of working with it, then I think it's a very, very good achievement for myself, and it's a great challenge that I strive on, I think.
Let's go to an object which interests me very much. This is a cow, or the shape of a cow, and the material is leather. Julia.
This is Anoushka. Anoushka is a cow, one of a herd of so far 18 cows. One has been bought by the MoMA collection now. And basically all of these cow benches are hand sculpted by me out of upholstery foam. And then they are upholstered with exactly 1 cow hide. And I use very high quality Italian hide. The upholstery is done by a company called Alma Leather in London. And with them together I developed this way of really upholstering such an organic shape, hardly with any seams. And I pick the leather and I place it exactly spine on the animal. So you see all these wrinkles here are traces from the animal's life. And my idea was with this piece to build a bridge between an animal we slaughter on an everyday basis, the cow, and an object we make from it on an everyday basis, the leather sofa. And I'm hoping that if people see this, they will then look at their own leather sofa or their own pair of shoes and think of the cow that has died to produce them.
Julia, you're quite successful so far. What does it mean to be one of 4 selected designers of the future?
It's fantastic. It's really great. And the platform here to show here this exhibition is really amazing. And for me, it's also a chance to see all my works on one place, and that chance I took. That's why I brought a lot of different pieces as well, because I've never really had the chance to see them all in one exhibition together. And this cow lives with me in London, but one piece came from Paris, one piece came from storage, and so it's great to just see this and to show it to everyone and to somehow reflect about your own path, you know, and your own way in design.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure we will hear of Julia Lohmann in the future. Thank you very much for this interview.